Hi, welcome to my book review. My name is Kylie Nodorft, and the title of my book is Built to Lead: 7 Management Rewards Principles for Becoming a Top 10% Manager by David Long. So, for an introduction, my name is Kylie Nodorft, and I am currently in the last semester of my graduate degree program. I am earning my Master's of Science in Exercise and Sports Science. I have many different leadership experiences in different settings. Some examples include being a captain of a team, being a collegiate athlete, working in the academic setting, coaching setting, teaching setting, and also within the corporate workplace. I've taken all of these experiences and learned from each of them. Currently, I'm enrolled in a graduate occupational leadership course to deepen my understanding of leadership and learn new skills. The photo posted on the screen is from one of my first leadership experiences where I was coaching a team of high school boys and really grew as a leader. So that's why I chose that image. So, going into the citation, the book I will be reviewing today is Built to Lead: 7 Management Rewards Principles for Becoming a Top 10% Manager by David Long, published in 2014. A photo of the book is pictured on the presentation as well as the APA citation. This book can be purchased on Amazon or other book retailers. A neat feature of the book is that it includes a detailed to-do list to become a top 10% manager that makes the principles discussed in the book very easy to apply to your life. So, as an introduction, I chose this book because as I'm graduating soon, I wanted to read a leadership book that could positively influence me in my new career. David Long's Built to Lead is a very applicable book that lays out specific things that you can implement to become a better coworker, manager, and leader. David Long is very transparent throughout the book and explains principles through his own experiences and testimonials of people he has worked with. He also explains his qualifications throughout one chapter of the book, including his personal struggles, financial success, real world experience in multiple fields, and his current employee engagement and recognition company he founded with annual sales of over $9 million, putting him in the top percent worldwide. The intention of this book, as laid out in the introduction, is very straightforward. It is to help you become a top 10% manager in your company or industry. Long's confidence in his ability to help you through this book is reiterated in many ways, including a 100% money back guarantee. The language of this book is very conversational but professional. It feels like Long is teaching you by having actual conversations with you and telling you his personal stories that he has experienced. The book is written in an easy to read way but is professional and applicable not only for graduate students but for anyone in the workforce. The author's work can be applied to many settings and fields of work. It really is great for anyone who is in the work field. Moving on to the summary, David Long begins the book explaining why managers typically fail at their position. Generally, only 7% of individuals will ever get the opportunity to become a manager. David Long states that managers fail because for 3 reasons. 1, they go to the office every day, but they don't really lead, found on page 26. Secondly, their employees don't genuinely believe that the managers care about them, page 29. And lastly, because they simply stop learning, found on page 35. These 3 reasons are the driving force for the rest of the book, and David Long uses his principles to give actionable steps to not be a manager who fails. So, this book uses the term rewards to describe 7 principles to help you become a top 10% manager. And I will give you a quick summary of each of those principles. So, the first one for R is reconnaissance. It means creating the right team for your business. E, education, always continuing to learn and get your employees to do the same. 2 examples of this are mastermind meetings, where the CEO, manager, anyone in that higher up position meets with similar people to encourage education, sharing of values, those kinds of things. And also, secondly, company-wide book club meetings, where you encourage your employees to read, learn, and develop relationships through that. W stands for Winners Emerge, which is helping your employees grow and letting those people shine as they grow. A, attitude. Success can be defined by your attitude. You cannot be an effective leader if your attitude isn't where it needs to be. R, recognition. Recognizing employees for their hard work and success is essential. One quote from the book explaining this principle is, "You can get everything in life you want if you will just help other people get what they want," found on page 157. D, duplication. This principle explains that a manager must invest in leaders, and if no one is willing to step up, they need to be replaced. When your employees are successful, it will make you more successful. And lastly, S, success. Success isn't found with money. True success comes from helping others live the lives they wouldn't have ever dreamed of living if not for you. These principles are conclusions made by David Long's wide range of experience leading others in the workplace. Most of his principles focus on communication, positive reinforcement, and truly caring for others without enabling poor behavior. Moving on to the critique. So, Long's intention for this book is pretty straightforward. He wants to help others experience the success he has had in his business. The frame of reference Long uses is based on his business setting, where one's goal is to become a top 10% manager in their field or company. Long's past experience is the driving force for this book. Similarly, the organizational structure of the book helps promote a deeper understanding to the reader. Long lays out his principles using the acronym REWARDS to help the reader actually remember what they are reading. For each principle, he describes what it is and provides personal stories from himself and also testimonials from people he has worked with either currently or in the past. Moving on to authentic leadership. The concepts that Long presents to improve your leadership capabilities in the book align with concepts learned throughout this course, specifically the theory of authentic leadership. According to Nordhaus in Chapter 9 of the text, authentic leadership can be described as focusing on genuine and real leadership. It is about the authenticity of the leaders and their leadership. A research paper by Laguna 2019 describes an authentic leader as being characterized by high self-awareness, balanced processing of information, relational transparency, and internalized moral perspective, and acting in accordance with their inner thoughts and feelings. Laguna et al. Found that authentic leadership predicts personal initiative and work engagement of employees and leads to more innovative behavior by those employees. An example in Long's book is the education principle. Long recommends forming a company-wide book club to help put your employees first, help them grow as individuals, and show transparency between management in order to build company-wide relationships. A quote by Long in this chapter states, "Remember, your employees must be first. Then and only then will you get what you want." Long said he found these book clubs to help build relationships and help people feel like their work was meaningful. This aligns with Laguna et al. Explains, describing that authentic leadership increased employees' meaningfulness and significance of work. Another study examining authentic leadership in the workplace, as on the screen, I'm going to try to say it, I would say Dizel and Kulog, 2019. Researchers found that there is a positive relationship between authentic leaders and employees, and it results in better creativity and performance of employees. The results of the study are also in this direction and show that authentic leadership ensures emotional commitment of the employees and affects employees' performance significantly in the positive direction. Long's advice, found in the book, correlates with these research findings. Long encourages managers to develop these skills in themselves to better help the employees to succeed. One example of this can be found in the recognition chapter of the book. Long has an employee tell a story explaining how at his previous job he was the hardest worker at the company, but there was never any appreciation or recognition from management. This led him to change jobs due to this underappreciation. Currently, he has been working for Long and gets that sort of recognition he needed to stay invested. This recognition in return caused him to stay emotionally invested, feel good about the work he was doing, and stay committed to his job. Not only does showing your employees that you can help raise productivity by 21%, it improves your business by increasing profitability, customer satisfaction, and a lower turnover rate as described on pages 146 through 147. Long says that the goal of managers should be to have engaged members on their team, and recognizing them is an easy and great way to reach this goal. Continuing on, Nordhaus on page 204 explains how there are 4 key positive psychological attributes that have an impact on authentic leadership: confidence, hope, optimism, and resilience. David Long promotes all of these throughout his book. One piece of advice that he gives to his readers is that there will always be challenges wherever you go, and with any company you work for. Do not let them affect your attitude. This is found in the Success Principle chapter and pretty well sums up these attributes to be an authentic leader. A study found that authentic leadership positively influences workplace climate, creativity, and job performance, and that is Armrow et al., 2018. These are the results Long promotes in becoming a top 10% manager in his book. Long states, in reference to his employees, the greatest use of life is to spend it on something that will outlast it. His primary goal of being a manager is to help others reach their potential and positively influence the lives of others, and he wants his readers to reach that goal as well. Now moving on to recommendations. So at the beginning of the book, the author, David Long, promises that applying these principles will help you become a top 10% manager. I believed he fulfilled this goal throughout his book. He provided 7 detailed principles that are easy for anyone to apply in the workplace. Also, many of his ideas are things that you normally wouldn't think of, so I appreciated the uniqueness of the book. Long continued the knowledge of leadership by providing applicable ways to apply the theory of authentic leadership. It is clear that his experience and business success back up his leadership success. I feel like I can trust Long's advice because of this correlation with the research and what has been learned in this course. I enjoyed reading this book because of the readability of it. The conversation-like writing made it easy for the material to sink in and be more memorable. My only negative comment is that sometimes Long seemed to be a little cocky about his success, but I also understand that sharing his success is crucial to establishing trust for what he is advising the reader to apply in their own lives. I recommend this book for anyone who is looking to be in a management position. It will for sure help you grow and become a better leader. Thank you so much for watching my book review, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me. And references to sum this up.